The Adventures of Lilly the Ladybug. In a vast, colorful meadow filled with wildflowers, there lived a charming little ladybug named Lilly. Lilly was unlike any other ladybug in the meadow. Her bright red shell was adorned with a perfect pattern of black spots, and her tiny wings sparkled in the sunlight. But what truly made Lilly special was her boundless curiosity and her love for exploring the world around her. Every morning, as the first rays of the sun kissed the petals of the daisies and dandelions, Lilly would wake up and stretch her tiny legs. She lived in a cozy little leaf hut nestled in a tall sunflower. From her home, Lilly had a perfect view of the entire meadow, and she could see all the different creatures going about their day, bees collecting nectar, butterflies fluttering from flower to flower, and ants marching in long lines carrying food back to their anthills. One sunny day, Lilly decided it was time for a new adventure. She had explored every corner of the meadow but had never ventured beyond the great oak tree that stood tall at the edge of her world. The great oak was ancient and majestic, with branches that reached high into the sky. It was said that beyond the great oak lay a mysterious forest, filled with wonders and creatures that no ladybug had ever seen before. With her mind made up, Lilly packed her tiny leaf bag with all the essentials: a piece of dandelion fluff for a pillow, a drop of morning dew for drinking, and a crumb of bread for a snack. She waved goodbye to her sunflower home and set off towards the great oak tree, her heart fluttering with excitement. As she flew closer to the oak tree, Lilly noticed how enormous it truly was. The tree's bark was rough and covered in moss, and its roots twisted and turned like giant serpents, disappearing into the ground. Lilly felt a slight twinge of nervousness but quickly pushed it aside. "This is going to be the best adventure ever," she told herself. When Lilly reached the base of the great oak, she landed on a soft patch of moss to rest for a moment. As she looked up, she saw a narrow path winding through the tall grass and disappearing into the forest beyond. Without hesitation, Lilly began to follow the path, eager to see what lay ahead. The path led her into the heart of the forest, where the trees grew taller and the sunlight filtered through the leaves, casting dappled shadows on the ground. The air was filled with the sweet scent of pine and the soft chirping of birds. Lilly marveled at the beauty of the forest, but she also noticed that it was much quieter than the bustling meadow she was used to. As she continued to explore, Lilly heard a faint sound coming from behind a cluster of ferns. Curious, she flew closer and discovered a tiny, sparkling stream flowing gently over smooth pebbles. The water was crystal clear, and Lilly could see her reflection in it. But then, she noticed something else. A small, shiny object was caught in the shallow water, glinting in the sunlight. Lilly's curiosity got the best of her, and she carefully stepped into the stream to get a closer look. To her surprise, she found a beautiful, golden key. The key was intricately designed with tiny engravings of flowers and vines, and it seemed to glow with a magical light. Lilly gently picked up the key, wondering who it belonged to and what it might unlock. With the golden key tucked safely in her bag, Lilly continued her journey through the forest. She soon came across a group of friendly ants who were busy building a new bridge across a small creek. The ants were working together, carrying tiny pieces of wood and leaves to construct the bridge. When they saw Lilly approaching, they waved their tiny legs in greeting. "Hello, Lilly," called one of the ants. "What brings you to our part of the forest?" Lilly showed them the golden key and told them about her adventure. The ants were amazed and suggested that the key might belong to someone very important. "You should visit the wise old Tortoise," said the ant. "He lives in the clearing just beyond this creek. If anyone knows about the key, it's him." Lilly thanked the ants for their advice and offered to help them finish the bridge before continuing on her way. The ants were grateful for her assistance, and together, they completed the bridge in no time. As Lily flew across the creek, the ants wished her good luck on her journey. After a short flight, Lily arrived at the clearing where the wise old tortoise lived. The clearing was peaceful and serene, with soft grass and blooming wildflowers all around. In the center of the clearing sat the wise old tortoise, basking in the warm sunlight. His shell was covered in moss, and his eyes were gentle and kind. "Hello, little one," said the wise old tortoise in a deep, soothing voice. "What brings you to my clearing today?" Lily fluttered down to the ground and carefully showed the wise old tortoise the golden key she had found in the stream. "I discovered this key in the forest, and I was wondering if you knew who it belonged to or what it might unlock," she explained. The wise old tortoise studied the key for a moment, his eyes gleaming with interest. "Ah, this is no ordinary key," he said slowly. "This is the key of wonders, a magical key that unlocks the secrets of the forest. It has been lost for many years, and whoever finds it is destined to go on a great adventure." Lily's eyes widened with excitement. "A great adventure?" she echoed. "What kind of adventure?" The wise old tortoise smiled. "That, my dear, is for you to discover. The key of wonders will guide you to places hidden deep within the forest, places that hold great treasures and mysteries. But remember, the journey may not always be easy. You must be brave and clever to uncover the secrets the key will reveal." Lily's heart swelled with determination. She thanked the wise old tortoise for his wisdom and set off on her next adventure, eager to see where the key of wonders would lead her. As Lily flew deeper into the forest, she felt a strange sensation, as if the key in her bag was guiding her. She followed her instincts, flying over streams and through groves of ancient trees. Soon, she arrived at a secluded glen, where a magnificent oak tree stood. The tree was even larger than the great oak tree at the edge of the meadow, and its branches seemed to touch the sky. Lily felt drawn to the tree, and as she approached, she noticed something unusual. A small door was carved into the base of the trunk. The door was adorned with intricate patterns of leaves and flowers, and in the center was a tiny keyhole that matched the size of the golden key. With a flutter of excitement, Lily pulled the golden key from her bag and inserted it into the keyhole. The key turned smoothly, and with a soft click, the door swung open. Inside the tree was a spiral staircase that led down into the depths of the earth. Lily hesitated for only a moment before stepping inside, her heart pounding with anticipation. The staircase spiraled downward, lit by tiny glowing mushrooms that grew along the walls. As Lily descended, she could hear the faint sound of music echoing from below. The air grew cooler, and the scent of earth and moss filled her senses. Finally, Lily reached the bottom of the staircase and found herself in a vast underground chamber. The chamber was filled with the most beautiful and wondrous sights she had ever seen. Glittering crystals hung from the ceiling, casting rainbow-colored light across the room. In the center of the chamber stood a magnificent fountain, its water sparkling with a golden hue. But what caught Lily's attention most was the treasure that surrounded the fountain. There were piles of shimmering jewels, gold coins, and ancient artifacts, all heaped together in a dazzling display. Lily could hardly believe her eyes. This was the treasure of the forest, the legendary hoard that had been hidden for centuries. As Lily marveled at the treasure, she noticed a small, delicate box sitting on a pedestal beside the fountain. The box was made of finely carved wood, and it was adorned with tiny gems that sparkled like stars. Curious, Lily approached the box and gently lifted the lid. Inside the box was a small, glowing seed. The seed pulsed with a soft, golden light, and it radiated warmth and life. Lily realized that this seed was the true treasure of the forest, the seed of life, a magical seed that could bring new growth and prosperity to the land. Lily knew that she had to take the seed of life back to the surface, where it could be planted and help the forest flourish. Carefully, she placed the seed in her bag and turned to leave the chamber. As she began to ascend the spiral staircase, she felt a sense of pride and fulfillment. She had found the greatest treasure of all, not gold or jewels, but something that would benefit the entire forest. When Lily emerged from the tree, she was greeted by the warm sunlight and the cheerful chirping of birds. She flew back to the clearing where the wise old tortoise was waiting for her. With a big smile, Lily showed him the seed of life. The wise old tortoise nodded approvingly. "You have done well, little one," he said. "The seed of life is a gift to the forest, and by planting it, you will ensure that the forest remains strong and vibrant for generations to come." Lily felt a surge of happiness and excitement as she realized the importance of her discovery. With the wise old tortoise's guidance, she found the perfect spot in the clearing to plant the seed. As she placed it in the ground, the seed's golden light spread throughout the earth, and almost immediately, a tiny sprout began to grow. Over the next few days, the sprout grew rapidly, transforming into a beautiful, towering tree with lush green leaves and delicate flowers. The new tree became the heart of the forest, attracting creatures from far and wide who came to marvel at its beauty and bask in its shade. Lily's adventure had come to an end, but her journey had only just begun. She returned to her meadow, where she was welcomed with cheers and admiration from all the other ladybugs and creatures. She had not only found the greatest treasure of the forest, but she had also brought new life and hope to the land. From that day on, Lily was known as the hero of the forest, and her story was told to young ladybugs and other creatures for generations. And every time a new sprout appeared in the forest, the creatures would remember Lily's bravery, curiosity, and the magical journey that led her to discover the true meaning of treasure. Lily continued to explore the forest, always seeking new adventures and helping others along the way. She knew that the world was full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered, and she was determined to explore them all. And so, the little ladybug with the golden key and the heart full of courage flew off into the sunset, ready for her next great adventure, knowing that no matter where she went, the spirit of the forest would always be with her, guiding her on her way. Do you still like today's story? If you like, please remember to subscribe to this channel and click the like icon. You can receive notifications and hear the latest stories as soon as possible. Good night, my baby.